Hello everybody, I have a chess match that I would like to share with everyone in the YouTube chess community and anyone who stumbles upon this video. This video should serve as a lesson on why you should not go into the chat thanking your opponent for the free queen when they in fact do not have a free queen. And I think that what happened in this match, what transpired, what went down is quite hilarious because they did end up losing and resigning the match, in fact, after I destroyed them because they were talking trash. I don't really understand the whole thought process behind, just being a complete toxic loser in the chat of the match on chess.com of all places, because you think that your opponent has just somehow miraculously given you a free queen. Maybe they were delusional and they just didn't really understand the fact that my queen it wasn't free, and I kind of let them have it after that. I didn't really do anything else too notable in this game. In fact, I'd say it was kind of a bad match. I know it says that I have 1200 elo and they have 400 elo. That's not even close to true, so I put up their profile over here. As you can see, at the moment they have 220 elo, and I've never even made it past like 300. I've been hovering around 100 and something for a very long time, and I'm not the greatest chess player, let's just say that. So be prepared if you're a very good chess player, if you're a regular chess player, just anyone in general that is better than 100 elo, then be prepared to see one of the dumbest matches that you've seen in your entire life, because I do think that this match is quite special. And I didn't really start playing good chess in this match until after the fact of them talking trash in the chat, which you should never do, by the way, on chess. I'm going to reiterate that fact. If you do talk trash on chess.com in the chat in the middle of a match, I don't know what you're doing with your life. It's literally chess. There's not much to get too salty about unless you have actual anger issues, and then you get mad at pieces moving on a board on your screen. But yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to get right into it. As you can see through this match and these numbers right here, it was mostly an equal match. I know it says that White had the upper hand throughout the game. It's because I just wasn't playing good until when they started talking trash. I think you can kind of figure out where that event transpired, where he sent that into the chat. But yeah. So, 0 brilliant moves on both our parts. They had 3 great moves. I had 1. I had 7 best moves, but don't be fooled. That does not mean that I'm a good chess player. It just means that I accidentally found the best place to move my pieces. And many of these good moves happened after they were saying that my queen was free. And as you can see, I'm kind of fueled by rage here. And I still haven't gotten over this match, by the way. It happened 2 days ago. And here I am, finally making a video about it. And yeah, so most of our numbers are equal here on this side. I am a little more accurate than they were in terms of like overall, but for the most of the match I was not doing too well. But I'm going to get started here on this analysis, and it kind of just plays out normal for the first few moves, and then I do this amazing blunder, which you're going to see after this, where I go ahead and I move my knight over here from g8 to f6. And I don't know why I did this, maybe because I thought that I could go in here and move up like that, which wouldn't really be a bad move. But it wasn't exactly the best situation to do that move in, or to plan to do that move in, because as you can see right now, the bishop just came in and took mine, and there's nothing I can do about it because my piece is no longer in a position to counter that attack. And yeah, so I just went ahead and lost a piece right there for basically no reason, but I did do a pretty good move, which is actually the best move according to the bot. And yeah, so I did that move, and then they went ahead and moved a pawn over here, and I was doing this. I don't really know what I was thinking when I was doing that. It says it's a mistake. But this knight does come into play later on in the game. I went and moved it back over there. They moved their queen up, and then I moved this down. And then I go ahead and I take their bishop, and I do a pretty good move, and I think that's good. And then my knight was a worthy sacrifice. I don't need that over there on that side of the board. That's just gonna be causing pain and suffering for me, and then making me unable to do what I want to do in the future of this game. And all my plans, let me just say, all my plans were derailed after what was said in chat about my queen being free. I just kind of didn't really want to take that from them, and this is what happened. This is the exact moment where in chat I received the message saying that my queen was free. As you can see right here, there's nothing that I can do to get this knight. They just moved it. If I move that there, then self-explanatory, I can't move that pawn there because the queen couldn't take my king. So I can't get this knight. There's no way for me to get this knight. And they can go ahead and just get my queen. They said thank you for the free queen. That was their thought process. But what that would mean is that they would have to do a queen trade. And what Gotham Chess always says is never to trade on your opponent's terms, because then you're giving them control of the game if you trade on your opponent's terms, because that means that they're okay with that. They're okay with the trade. Obviously, it fits whatever they want to happen in the game. It fits their best timeline, you could say, and you don't want to do that. You want to make your own timeline. You want to make your own best timeline, and you don't want to fall into their trap, fall into what they want to play. So the next move that I did is I moved the pawn up right here to counterattack their queen. And then they moved their queen back up right there, which is a great move. And then I moved my pawn up here to go for their queen again, and then kind of just waste moves, because if their queen's in danger, they're not going to risk they're going to take my queen and do that. That move didn't actually happen, by the way. I just moved it. And yeah, so they don't want to sell their queen trying to get my queen. It's not worth it to them. So they go ahead and they check me over here. They move their knight. And then I'm like, nah, I'm not going to have that. Obviously, I'm going to move it back here. And then I get checked again, but that doesn't really matter because I can move the pawn up here and I can block the queen. And if they move their queen down to take that pawn, then I can just move the pawn up here, and then we're all just chilling. So they take my pawn with their knight. They move that up there. And then I go ahead and I take their queen, or I take their knight, I mean, with this pawn. And all things are seemingly just going fine, going well for both of us. This is not a lopsided game at this point in time. We both have not the best positions on the field, or on the board, but regardless, everything's fine. They go over there in castle, and then I move my pawn up here because I'm still trying to attack the queen. When they said that my queen was free, I wasn't gonna take that. I wasn't just gonna sit there and be like, oh, whatever. No, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take their queen now because they were talking trash on me. Well, guess what? Your queen's free, because there's no price that is not worth it for me to go and get this person's queen now. And they move their rook over here, which is a good move, and I can admit that. And then I move my pawn up here because I want to be able to make sure that, hey, I need to put pressure on this queen, and that's what I continue to do. I move my pawn up like that, and then they take my pawn, and I take their pawn. And then they move their rook down here, and this might seem like a good move, except what I did to counter it was quite genius. I moved my rook directly adjacent to it. So now they have to make a choice. And let's see if they made the right choice. No, they didn't make the right choice. They blundered their rook. There's absolutely no pieces. There's no pieces on this board that is stopping me from taking their rook and coming off scot-free. So that's what I went ahead and did. That was a complete blunder. And the next move they do, which I find quite funny, is they take my pawn with their knight. At this point, I don't know if they've given up hope completely on the game and are just throwing, because that's not a worthy trade at all. They already know that I can just do that and take it, and then there's nothing they can do about it. And if you think that was a stupid move, though, if you think any of the moves that me or Zen Haha has done in this game were stupid, or have done in this game were stupid, then wait till I show you this move that our little buddy over here, our little pal, our little friend, has decided to take. I'm saying a lot because I still can't even get over the sheer stupidity, the absolute utter incompetence that was displayed by this player in this match, by talking trash, not being able to back it up, and kind of just selling overall. Ever since they typed the message in chat saying that my queen was free, it just kind of went downhill for them. And this is taking the cake by far for the worst move they could have done, because there's nothing that there's no logical thought process. There's no logical anything. You can't explain to me why this was a good move. I'm just gonna stop myself and show you guys what this move is, because I don't even know. That's what they did. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no explanation. I wish I could maybe interview this person and ask what their thought process was when they were deciding to move their queen over here into that position. I mean, if you look on the bright side, at least they got one of my pawns. You know, like at least they captured another one of my pieces. But like, they had the time advantage as well. They had a couple power pieces. They had their queen, they had a rook. They might be missing every last piece besides queen, rook, and bishop. They have all their pawns, or almost all their pawns. More pawns than me, that's for sure. They could have tried to come back, and this is the move they do. It took them, let's see how many seconds it took them to decide to move this queen. It took them about 3 seconds to make this decision to move the queen on the board. And they would have been perfectly fine just leaving the queen right there. I mean, what am I going to do after moving this up? Like, I'm not a good chess player. This is 100-something elo chess we're talking right now. I just genuinely don't understand. I don't understand what happened. They resigned the match after that because they were presumably just so incredibly pissed that the real free queen on the board, the real free queen in this match was their queen in the end. And, yeah, I don't really have anything else to say because you already know how the match ends. They resigned. I showed you everything, every last move that happened, and now my Discord notifications are going off, so I might have to check that out. But I don't really have anything else to say. I don't understand what happened in this match. I really want to get out of low elo because I feel like this is an insult that I even played this person in the first place. They're terrible. And maybe in the higher elo, respect is something that exists, because trash talk in chess is like screaming at your opponents in golf. Like, what are you doing? You look like a complete bozo. I would like to make this video a lesson and just kind of let everybody know that don't be toxic and talk trash in a game like this, because if your opponent is civilized, they will use your trash talk as fuel to just go in and pop off on the match, and that's what I did indeed do on this thing. I was not making money. I was not making many smart moves throughout this match, and then when I started talking trash, I turned my act around a little bit, and yeah, we don't even have to talk anymore. You know what happened. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you for checking out this peculiar chess match in which me and Zenhaha faced off in the ultimate battle of free queens. Goodbye.